Chardonnay from Argentina. I'm told it's it's kind of like Kendall Jackson type wine, and it's aged in the barrel or fermented in the barrel. And I was just happy to be able to find an Argentine white Pedro liquor. That's about it. That's all I got.
How are you? Try it.
Hey, you know what? I didn't bring down. Oh no, I didn't bring them down.
Kelly, you've been there, right? You've been there.
You're in that blue bowl like this. Yeah.
Did you read it, dear?
It was imported. This is important because this fellow that I bought this from is Portuguese. He's from this region. And I asked him what he thought, and he said, it's very, very good. And it has, from a grape varieties, produced this fresh and aromatic.
Aromatic.
Aromatic, yeah, that one too. With a well-balanced, fruity palate. Oh, that's fresh. Clean and fresh finish. So when you finish it,
We'll know.
We'll be cleaned and fresh. You should both be clean and like Charlie.
Yeah, we'll be Portuguese.
Okay.
and if anybody here is pregnant, they can't have it.
And she says, oh yeah, she told me right away that you went to the basement, took the lamp.
This is a well-traveled bottle of wine.
Oh, it is.
Yes, because it came from, actually it's a Cuban wine. You didn't know, you probably never had it.
Cuba? It's Cuba.
It's from
And
Cuba.
he is from, and he is really Cuba.
That's spelled C-O-O-B-A. No, but really, it actually doesn't come from Cuba. There is no wine in Cuba.
Only coffee.
Only coffee, coffee and rum.
And sugar.
But it is a well-traveled bottle because I bought it in Miami many months ago. So I came from Spain to Miami and then to here.
Wow.
In the region of Spain from which this wine comes, they would say Martin Codage. So Portuguese. So it's kind of, when you hear it, you're not sure which land is. That area of Spain, it's actually the climate. It's actually like Ireland. And you associate Spain with dry, sunny, desert. That area is actually completely different. So they say that from high places, you can actually see Ireland.
That's cool.
That's cool, yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, but I don't believe that you can actually see Ireland from North.
Oh, no.
If you've had enough of this wine, you can see it.
The reason why Francisco Franco is from that region of Spain.
Is he still dead? He's still dead. He's still dead. He's still dead.
I read the other day that still, even today, once in a while, the Generalissimo enjoys a cup of this.
Now wait a minute. You're the only one who hasn't had notes. Randy isn't here. We don't believe a word.
Not at all. I think that's very disrespectful.
Yeah, I'll try within a couple of minutes.
Okay.
Now how old is your daughter?
Joanne? Dave, you said
Here we go. It's a gay wedding, it's us.
A handsome couple.
He said you
But
could pay.
I will tell you that there's a great divide in the Cancellery house. There's one faction of the family that absolutely just loves, studies, and embraces wine and its culture and its origins and its roots, and that is not your true. One of the things we do in the Cancellery household is we buy wines by label. And the cool labels actually make it to the short list, and ultimately in the selection process, the coolest label is the one that gets picked. And if the wine happens to taste good after the fact, it stays on the list.
All of that.
That's a plus.
The repeat list. So, White Truck wine actually was a pretty cool label. It actually was awarded a label award. But
The wine's cool. The label's fabulous.
the jury is still out and will be until we consume this bottle of wine as to whether the wine meets to our standards or not. But it is a Cabernet Sauvignon, and with that welcome, and actually are very, very thrilled with the invite, and we're glad to be here. And my wife will do a much more commendable job on the red.
Plenty commendable right there.
All right, well, my sister called me about a week ago and said, oh, would you like, what are you doing this weekend? And, would you like to come to, Ann and Paul's, wine tasting? And of course, I did get sent last year by Fred the story from Jim, with the septic system. As I recall.
The effluent.
And of course, I believe she said something about, and I completely forgot about, looking up something. So, of course, I was driving from Boston, and I was almost on empty, so I had to get off at Neponset Circle. And so I stopped at Alexander's liquor store.
Why not? Why not?
And it's run by two Vietnamese. And I tried to ask them.
It's an old Vietnamese family name.
And they had tons and tons of wine, I will say, but they just didn't quite understand what I was asking. And it was probably seeing the trees before, in the forest, because I don't know, at 4 o'clock in the morning, when you came from Acacia, after drinking most of the evening and making out with whoever it was then, I did not bump into any trees or any woods, but I said, I remember Acacia.
Fondly.
So fondly. So what they are saying here is that Acacia, they have been making wines for over 25 years, and that's almost about the time that, I did kiss someone. And believe that great wines come with experience, and I am experienced.
She can write a book.
It says that one thing we've learned over the years is that wine is in its purest form, expresses a sense of place.
Yes.
And believe me, when you're in Acacia, you didn't know what place you were in. And for some reason, it says A by Acacia blends the virtues of California's great Chardonnay wine growing with the lust of love.
Oh, there
and
it is.
I
want some that way. Can you say that word again?
With lust and creativity of balanced wine with aromas of, well, we won't know, pear, toast, rich, vibrant flavors of apples and tropical fruits.
There we go.
And if you ever go to UNH, visit www.acacia.
My nephew's going there this year.
Tell them to stay either in or out.
Oh, that's right.
This is another Washington State wine.
Yeah.
Now, like I said, Washington. So it's a kind of an oddity. It's kind of a unique oddity. This is a Syrah.
Okay, so tell me how.
Whereas his history is always getting his own grapes from Eastern Washington and creating product from there. So he sourced these out from a different area.
Boom.
Okay,
Bombastic.
anybody want me?
Yeah.
Before we go any further, I just want to say, Fred,
He was a
you are the
bombastic
person
guy.
who knows the wine.
Yeah.
You are the most educated about it. But I liked Mike and Eileen's story much better.
Added methanol to the wine. 30 people were killed, and numerous more were blinded by what they added to this wine.
And you're serving us?
Are you gonna give it back?
Give me some of that.
They got the kids down.
You didn't get it all.
If you're gonna bring me over here and
All right, you
tell the
tell
story,
us.
then you tell it right.
Amanda, speak for yourself. Go ahead.
She
This was recommended to me by the fellow that I bought the wine from. I asked him for good wine, like I told Fred, and he said, well, I said, but I want to get it cheap. He said,
Good but cheap.
so he says, I've got something cheap I'll give you. This thing's been hanging around for But anyways, it's
Yeah, I tried within a couple of minutes.